I used to believe I had to wait for the best idea, the perfect idea to paint. Like it had to be big and important. I discarded a lot of ideas because of that. But recently I realized that maybe all those ideas just came from inspiration, that I didn't have to discard any, that I could just paint all of them. One thing that I learned from the artist's way is that you just have to create. Doesn't matter if it turns out ugly, the most beautiful artwork that you have ever created, you just have to create and paint. And what's the best way to get better at what you do? To create and paint and paint and paint. So, instead of discarding all those ideas, I thought, what if I buy a little notebook and I just sketch all of them and I don't discard them. I just store them here, and whenever I feel like painting something and maybe I'm like, what do I paint? I can go back and consult my notebook. And that's what I did. I bought myself a small notebook. If you say it's really small. Why a small notebook? Because I can carry it with me wherever I go. Just put it in my bag, in my backpack. Just take it with me. Also noticed is that whenever I am in a new place, I see things and I'm like, oh my god, that looks so beautiful. I want to paint them. Sometimes I just take photos to remember how it looked. But I can also just sketch them while I'm there. Or whenever I'm at a place and the light coming through the window looks really beautiful, I feel inspired. Or sometimes while reading or listening to music, I just start seeing things in my mind and I want to keep track of all of them. Well, the notebook, I started it like really recently. I've just drawn like 5-6 sketches, and there's a few that I have in my head that I have to sketch. What I would do in the past is that I would remember the most important or the most beautiful ideas of artworks I had, and I would just make a list in my head, and I would actually remember what I wanted to draw, and I had a list and I would just go over it. Now I'm like, instead of like taking that space and in my head and maybe like worrying, am I gonna forget it or something, I would just draw them here. This one's actually a sketch I made for one of my paintings, but I just like took it out. It's a face, and I have a few artworks here that I would like to paint. One that I have already painted is this one. I guess you know it. Which one's this one? Now I'm working on another one that I will make a video about it soon, and there's another one that I want to make a video about it too because I saw it in a dream. Something that I found really interesting is something that I saw in a TikTok video, and I think it's a really good reminder. It was a guy, he was talking about a book he was reading, and he said he had always felt blocked and that he didn't have like that many ideas, and he realized that ideas start flowing to you when your mind is empty. The thing is, how do you empty your mind? One of the things that I like doing to empty my mind is to write everything in my journal, or to just talk to myself out loud, and I just talk about everything that's in my head until there's nothing left, and you will get to it because you're left with, okay, that's it. I'm finished. I have nothing else to say. You can also talk to, an AI, ChatGPT, Quen, whatever, all you have in your head, and that's it. It's, for me, it's like another journal. You just have like feedback, but it's fine. Like, you can use that one too. And those are really cool methods to empty your mind and to start being open to receiving all that creativity back to you. If you don't have inspiration or if you feel blocked, that method can be really useful. And I just wanted to share with you my little notebook idea and how I have started to take all the ideas into account, and I want to paint every single one. Whatever comes to my head that I'm like, ooh, that could be a painting. I will be keeping track of them in here. And if you have your little notebook too, or inspiration comes to you in a different way, or you have any creativity methods, like let me know in the comments. I would love to read what you think of these topics.